know why it's not staying on. Yeah, I heard it go beep, 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 beep. And that tells me that it shut off. So, apparently the settings I changed aren't helping any. I've got a GoPro 9 that I'm using. And all of my other previous trips out, I would leave it on, but it was only filming 9 to 11 minutes at a shot. So, but it wouldn't stop and it wouldn't shut itself off. It would just it would pick up and just keep going from there. Because I was trying to record at the 4K level. So I was thinking maybe the 4K level of recording was too much for it to stay on all the time. So I knocked it down to 1024. Let's see what happens. If 1024 doesn't work, I think I can bump it down one more. But I won't know that till I get home later tonight and see what happens with it. Oh, there's some fresh venison alongside the road. Looked like a 4-pointer. If anybody who is interested, that's between exits 30 and 31 on the Northway. October 12th of 2021. And for those folks who are interested in texting, we do have a rest stop coming up in 2 miles, so if you need to pull over and text, you will be able to do so 2 miles. However, according to the sign, if you need to use the facilities, I am sorry, you're just going to have to hold it longer because there are no restrooms available. I think if it's the rest stop I'm thinking of, it has a nice overlook and the restrooms have actually been closed. I may be wrong. Won't actually know until I go by it, as I don't actually know how far up exit 31 is from exit 30 until I see the sign that tells me. Oh man, I tell you what folks, for a motorcycle that is, what did I say, it's a 2000, basically a 23-year-old bike. I just looked down and I was cruising at 75. Very unlike me, I do not like traveling that fast, especially on the motorcycle. But the reason I mention this is this bike is so comfortable that you don't even know you're driving that fast. Kind of scary at times, realizing how fast this thing goes and you don't even know it. Part of it's probably because I'm following this tractor trailer. Alright, tech stop, parking area, no restrooms. And no, it is not the rest area I was thinking of. That one must be farther south. Well, if I could turn my head far enough to the left, we'll see how that looks when I get home. Hopefully there was a shot of the Adirondack Mountains that are off to my left. It's what they refer to as the high peaks. For those unfamiliar with the high peaks of the Adirondacks, there is what they call the High Peaks Club, and I think there's 12 of them. You log your name into a book and you keep track of this, take pictures of it, I think nowadays, and once you've done all 12 high peaks, so I think the story is you got to do it in a 12-month period. You get some kind of a swag recognition for it. I don't personally know of anybody who's done it, but I have heard the tales. And when we get up top of this hill, I'll see what the other side looks like. See if we can get around this truck. Nobody likes looking at the back end of a tractor trailer, especially when you're on the motorcycle. Again, off to my left. As far as my head can turn. Sorry, folks. Neck's getting stiff. Partly old age, but I never admit to it. My mind is still 19. Still young. Still able to do anything I put my mind to. Hello. The body says, no, not today. Can't do it today. That's why you got kids. One of them is available to come by and help me out when I need help. But we just get on the jingly and give them a call. Hey, when can you come over? I need help doing this. He's a good kid who comes. So that's why we help each other out. That's what family's for. If we look straight ahead, you can see more of the high peaks up in front of me, north of me. Always fun to drive up here and see the height of these mountains. For those of you who have been in North Carolina, the western end of the state, where Tail the Dragon is, that's known as the high peaks of North Carolina. I myself have driven a few of those roads. I love it down there. If you're ever in the little Switzerland area of North Carolina, you gotta ride the roads there. Especially right around Little Switzerland. All downhill, uphill grades, switchbacks, you name it, they've got it all. Most of the buildings in Little Switzerland sit on the side of the mountain. So when you go to one side of the building, you're just basically looking down the side of the mountain because there's no land to step out onto. A lot of motels and stuff there. Mostly a tourist place, but great riding down there. Here we go, one more mile to exit 31. Elizabethtown and Westport. And we're going to be picking up Route 7, heading south onto Route 7. And going back to Port Henry. So, by the time I get back to Port Henry, I'll be shutting the video down for a little while. And then when we get over to another part of New York State called Crown Point, we'll turn the video back on because we'll be crossing the Lake Champlain via the only bridge. Well, I shouldn't take that's not true. One of a few bridges that cross Lake Champlain. Most crossings for Lake Champlain are via ferries. There's at least 3 that I can think of, possibly 4, between Plattsburgh, New York, and the southern end of Lake Champlain. North of Plattsburgh, the what? Well, folks, if you want to know what gas costs here in New York State, upstate New York, mobile, regular gas is $3.69 a gallon. And that's on exit 31 of the Adirondack Northway. So, yeah, I keep watching it. That's our lovely democratic government doing that to us. So depending on what they do to our gas prices within the next year, will determine whether or not I go south again with the motorcycle to North Carolina. Because now I usually just trailer it down and go from there. But I may have to do it the old-fashioned way next year if I really want to go. Just load the bike up with all my camping gear and head south by myself. Leave Mama and the dogs home to fend for themselves next year. Oh, farm to market. Cottages. I wonder what else they do there. Bunch of little outbuildings, all painted to look and trimmed out the same. So I don't know if they're rentals or if it's like a commune place where you live and you work and you eat what you grow. That may have to be something I check into if I remember by the time I get home. Looking straight ahead, if you can see the mountains straight ahead of me, that's in the state of Vermont. That's the Green Mountains, the state of Vermont. Another lovely place to ride. Yes, I am a New Yorker. Upstate New York, that is. I live east of the capital of New York State. Halfway between